Hey, welcome to lesson 2 of the beginner guitar challenge. So the first thing I want to ask is, how did it go? How's that E chord doing? How's that A sus2 chord doing? Don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect yet, as long as you just go through the steps, testing each string, making the switch. And I might have already mentioned that there's a free trial with my premium beginner guitar course. At the very beginning of it, those are the 2 chords that we start with, E and A sus2, and you're welcome to try that out. You just sign up for an account. It's a completely interactive course that'll take you through those in a bit of a different way than we did in the last lesson. Anyways, in this lesson, I want to talk to you about rhythm. And this might be unlike any guitar lesson you've taken before because we're not actually going to be playing guitar. We're going to put our guitar away and we're going to focus on counting and clapping. That's what this is all about. First thing that I want to talk about is the difference between rhythm and coordination. It's really simple. Rhythm is your ability to feel the beat. In 99.999% of music, you have a steady beat that just ticks away the whole time. And it can be like, a medium speed, like a really fast speed. It could be slow. But there's going to be a beat. And we want to learn how to tap into that. That's what rhythm is. It doesn't matter what instrument you play. You play drums, you play guitar, you play piano. You got to be able to follow along with the beat and just kind of roll with it, So that's our first step. It's just feeling that steady beat. From there, we learn how to count it out in measures. Here we have a visual representation of what you're doing when you strum through a song. So we have our chord symbols on top, and then we have these little slashes. Each one of those is a beat. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The beat keeps ticking along. We could go like that, but it's kind of confusing because, you could eventually get up to like beat 86 and you'd be like, oh, that's the beat where we're switching to a C chord. And the truth is, our brains just don't work that way. A measure is just a way to chop that up so that it's easier to comprehend. In a world without measures, say we're wondering, how long do we play this D7 sus chord for? Well, your guess is as good as mine. But if we add these bar lines, it's so easy now to see that we have 4 groups of 4. Now, each one of these would be considered a measure. When we're in 4/4 time, we keep counting up to 4. We're counting one measure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's a way easier way to keep track of where we are in the song. Suddenly we can see, oh, there's 4 beats of that, 4 beats of that. And it's just way easier for our brains to comprehend. As time goes on, you'll learn to feel how many measures have passed. And even if you never read or write music, seeing it in your head like this is invaluable. And if you don't start doing this now, if you don't start counting along, you're really depriving yourself of properly developing your sense of rhythm. All right, that's enough theory time. Let's figure out how to apply this now. So we have our steady beat that's ticking along. And then we learn how to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from there, we learn how to divide up the beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then finally, we're going to learn how to keep track of measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. If you can do those 4 things, it's just a combination of clapping and counting, you'll be able to develop your rhythm. It's just like being able to go for a walk to get the heart going. You don't have to go sprinting. You don't have to go climb a mountain. You just need to go for a nice steady walk. And that's enough to get your exercise. We just need to exercise our rhythm. And those are 4 really simple exercises that I'm going to show you in this lesson that will get you to the point where you're able to feel the beat, to count along with songs, and to lock in. Maybe you're fine with your chord shapes. Maybe your strumming patterns are pretty okay, but your problem is that you kind of speed up and slow down, and the song already changed to the next chord and you're still on the last one and you can't figure it out, it's because you haven't ever been exposed to these really, really simple counting rhythm skills that, some people can just kind of feel this stuff. For everybody else, we can develop it. So let's get started. Step 1 is understanding the beat. So we have a steady beat here, and before we do anything, let's just listen to it. See how it's just happening? It's just recurring. It's really steady, just like a clock. And now we're going to try to clap with it. If you do it perfectly, you shouldn't even hear the beat. Your clap should kind of override it because it's happening at the exact same time. And if you're having trouble with this, I have one thing that I want you to focus on. And it's not when you clap, but it's what your hands are doing between clapping. I actually want you to try something called like circle clapping. So basically our hand, when it comes into the middle, that's where the beat is happening. So it's like 1, 2, 3. So we have this wind up. 4. And it might help to think about and 3 and 4 and. So on the and, we're kind of clapping out, and that's where our hands should be furthest apart. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So now that we can clap along with the beat, just keeping a steady rhythm, you can do the hand circles if it helps. Now that we're doing that, we're going to start counting up to 4. So we're just counting how many times we clap. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Music's pretty easy. We're only counting to 4. We don't have to count further than that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And at this point, you could pause this video, load up a song, and just try to count along. Even if you can't get 1, 2, 3, 4 in the right spot, even just clapping along to the song and just clapping with the beat. Try a few different songs. Some might be easier, some might be tougher to clap along to. If there's like no drums, say it's like just guitar or whatever, sometimes that's kind of tough. Sometimes like the song doesn't have enough obvious rhythm to grab onto. But if it's, got like a drum kit and like a pretty standard beat, it's not going to be too tough to count along with. So try that out, just clapping and counting. I've spent countless hours in my practice room helping students just clap along to songs, and a lot of the time that makes the difference. They all of a sudden they can just do it. So it's definitely worth a try. And from there, we're going to keep clapping the exact same way, but we're actually going to change how we count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And so you really have to pay attention. When your hands are coming together, that's 1. So 1 and. Your hands come apart on and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I kind of think like I'm just making, this type of motion like a conductor. The way that we're counting is kind of important. We don't want to have long drawn out words. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That makes it kind of tough to keep the rhythm. We want to speak really shortly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Really robotically, just 1 and 2 and it's just really steady, really short. That'll let us hone our rhythm even further. And you can do this with a song as well. So we've already done 3 exercises. We've already done 3 things that are going to help get our rhythm started. And you might not be feeling it yet, but if you practice these a little bit every day, your rhythm is going to get better. So definitely make sure you download the free handout that comes with this course. I made a booklet that'll show you exactly how to practice this stuff. Now, the last exercise that we're going to do is for those of you who have a hard time knowing when to change chords. You know, if you're learning a song and it's like, oh yeah, we're going to be on the E chord for a while and then it changes to the A chord. And you're like, well, when? When is it going to change to the A chord? And you're having a hard time. You get kind of anxious, like, when do I have to switch? You know, watching the person's hands. This exercise is going to teach you how to keep track of that in the back of your head so that you're always going to change chords at the right time. It's really, really simple. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So we're counting out 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. We're actually keeping track of how many measures have gone by. And when you're looking at a song, you'll see like, oh, there's 4 measures of E, then 4 measures of A. And that's exactly what you do. You just hold the E chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. Then you switch to A. It seems really simple, but it's something that is hard to do if you're focusing on making the chord switch, keeping the right strumming pattern going, doing all that other stuff. So we've gotten rid of all that, and we're just going to get so good at keeping track of measures in the back of our head, you know, just doing that. So we're going to count out 16 measures, and we're going to break it down into 4 groups. So we're going to count out 4 measures, then another 4, another 4, and another 4. And that's it. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. So those are 4 things that you can work on anytime that'll help you build your rhythm. Now, the last thing I want to do, and I'm going to leave you with this, is we're actually going to clap the rhythm that we're going to be playing on guitar next time. So we're going to be clapping a strumming pattern. And this is what I do in my course. We actually clap out all the basic strumming patterns and then we learn how to play them. So we can already feel the rhythm. We already know how it's supposed to sound. We know how it's supposed to go. It's just a matter of adding that coordination and then that's it. So let's take a look at that. Here's what it's going to sound like. So that's what our strumming pattern is going to sound like. Once again. I want to clap it, and then I want to see if you can clap it back. Before we break it down, I just want to do it, and then it's your turn, my turn, your turn. Let's try that. 1, 2, 3, my turn. So we can break that down by counting it out. We're clapping on 1 and 2. 1, 2, rest, rest. 1, 2, rest, rest. So that's the first half. And then the second half is 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and focus on making those really even, you know, being just completely steady. And then you can put that together. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and just clap that a whole bunch of times in a row. So that's what I'm going to leave you with. I want you to use the skills that we've developed today to figure out how to line that all up. You know, it's just like a grid. As you're going through time, you're just choosing when to clap and when to count instead of clapping. You know, and we're going to replace the clapping with strumming, and we're actually playing guitar at that point. Anyways, it's time once again to take a look at our homework. And the first exercise that I want you to do, it's really simple. I just want you to clap along to the beat. So you can load up a metronome, just search metronome on Google, and there's one at the top of the page. You could listen to a song. Just get used to clapping along with a steady rhythm. And then that leads into number 2. You're going to keep clapping, but you're going to start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exercise 3, also quite simple. You're just going to count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you're clapping on the numbers just like we went over in the video. Number 4, you know, we just keep expanding on the same thing. We're just making it a little bit harder every time. Number 4, we're keeping track of the beat. Number 5, we're going to clap a pattern. And this is the goal of this one. You want to be able to clap this pattern while you're counting with a really solid rhythm. And if you have trouble, we can break it down just like we did in the video. And once you've gone over all this stuff, quite a few times today, quite a few times tomorrow, to the point where you can clap out that rhythm, then we're going to be ready to move on. And remember, with the handout, you're also going to get a special offer for my course. So if you do want to take this a step further, this is a really great opportunity to do that. So practice your rhythm, and I'll see you soon.